Welcome back with Hanging with Chris. This is no way sponsored or paid for by any of the companies mentioned today, which will be the Pronto, the Veer, and the Keenz. I purchased each of these on my own. They are all very different. These are all my opinions. They are my opinions alone. I will talk about each one and about each feature that I feel is useful for us. Different ones may be useful for you. I like each one for a different reason. Again, I just received this one, the Pronto, on Thursday. I've had the Veer since probably about October, and then I've had the Keenz for almost 2 years. This has been our longest one that we've had, but so far they are all amazing. They each are amazing on their own, but they each have different purposes. So we will talk about each purpose and go on from there. Everywhere. I also want to tell you guys the prices of each of these real quick. The Keenz is $429. The Veer is $599. The Pronto is $750. Now, the Keenz comes with everything you see except for the tray. I purchased the tray separately. Everything else is included, and we'll show you how it breaks down in a little bit. So, and then with the Veer, the only thing included is the wagon itself, this part, and that's it. And the 3-point harness in the seat. That is the only thing included with the Veer and the $599. The canopies and seats are extra. Actually, I'm sorry, the tray is included. And you get 2 cup holders with the Veer. Now, with the Pronto, everything you see is included. The canopy comes with it. The basket comes with it, and the seat backs come with it. And the seat backs are 5-point harness. So, and again, these are 5-point harness. There's a 5-point harness in the Keenz, and there is a 5-point harness in the Veer as long as you purchase a toddler seat. The toddler seat is really nice, but again, if you have an older kiddo, you probably don't want that. So, but let's go ahead and talk about the basket size. This again is my Jujube Hobo Bee. It fits in here. As you can see, it fits perfectly in there. There is pockets inside of this basket. It is a smaller basket. I don't mind that because I don't have a whole lot, but there is a pocket here, and then there's a pocket on each side of the basket in the Pronto. So that is the basket for that. Now, the basket for the Veer is a separate purchase. You have got to purchase this separately from Veer. It does have this net that you can unzip and stick things into, so that way they're covered or whatever. So this one, as you can see, is a lot bigger than the Pronto basket. This does fold up with the Veer when you fold up the Veer. You do not have to remove this basket. You do not have to remove the Pronto's basket. It folds up with the wagon, but we will show that at the end. And then the Keenz basket is probably in between the Veer and the Pronto. There is a shoe thing in the bottom to stick your shoes for when you have sandy shoes or beach toys or stuff like that. You can stick them in there, and that way the sand isn't getting in your wagon. And there is a little pocket inside of this Keenz basket, but other than that, they're pretty much all useful. Again, the Veer is probably the biggest basket. Then the Keenz is going to be your second biggest basket, and then the Pronto is going to be the smallest basket on the wagon. I'm sorry, the stroller. This is considered a stroller. These are both stroller wagons. These are not allowed in Disney due to the fact that you can pull them. You can pull or push the Keenz. You can pull or push the Veer. The Pronto is strictly push, and that is why it is considered a stroller. Okay, so I want to talk real quick about the Keenz. There is this is attached to the frame into the seat back. There is pockets, and you can put, I have the leg covers currently in one of the pockets, so that way they do not get lost. I have stuck a cup in here before, and this one's really good for diapers and stuff like that. So that is the Keenz, like just little organizer thing that comes with it. Okay, I'm going to talk about the tray for each of these. This is the Pronto, again, Pronto stroller. This is the mint color. Here's the tray. It comes with it, and it will fold with the stroller. It velcros to the side. I have a 70-pound, 52-inch 5-year-old, and he is the only rider. So I have put it further away from the backrest because that is where he sits. And I found it's useful for him. He likes to sit stuff on it. My only thing is it does not have a cup holder. So that is the only downfall to this one. And let me get the Veer. And I do not pull my Veer. I push my Veer. You can push or pull it. The handlebar is adjustable. You can, like I said, you can push or pull it. I prefer to push it. But here's the tray. This does come with the Veer, the base of the Veer. And it pops off like this. It has 2 cup holders and 2 snack areas. But you have to remove this to fold the Veer. If you do not remove it, you cannot fold the Veer because the sides fold in on themselves. And I will show you that in just a second. Let me get the Keenz. Now, with the Keenz, I purchased this separately. This was purchased by me, and it also clips. There you go. Can you come up here? I know. It clips on the sides on the frame, and it folds in half for storage when you have the Keenz folded up in your vehicle. Once again, I purchased this. It is a Keenz brand tray, and it has 2 cup holders and the snack area. I highly recommend this if you do have a Keenz, because it has been a really awesome lifesaver. The only problem I've noticed is you do have to move the fabric to place it on the frame. I'll show you that. You have to move the fabric up, and then you have to snap it on just like that. And it's very useful to have. It helps keep snacks and drinks safe with not falling all over. I do want to talk about the interior of each of the wagons. The wagons and the stroller. They are all, again, this one I feel is definitely more stroller-like, as it is advertised. It is definitely a stroller. It turns more like a stroller, and it also maneuvers more like a stroller. Okay, so let's talk about the inside. Okay, so the Pronto comes with 2 seats, and they have many colors to choose from. You can choose whatever color you want, and whatever color you choose will also match your canopy. It has a 5-point harness, which is amazing. I, however, will probably not be using the 5-point harness, as my son is 5 years old and he doesn't really need the harness. He just really needs a safe place to sit. But if he had been smaller, we definitely would be using the 5-point harness. It's really nice fabric. It doesn't feel like it's going to get too hot. There are 4 pockets in this stroller. I really like those. That's actually where we stuck his cup yesterday, was in one of the pockets. I like the fabric. It doesn't feel like it's going to get you hot during the summer. It's not super canvas feeling. And the tray is also the same fabric as the interior of the stroller. Like I said, the interior of this stroller is definitely, it's high quality fabric. I definitely recommend this fabric. It feels it's going to be super easy to wash, and the canopy extends out over the entire seating area. And again, this is included. The canopy comes with the Pronto. So far, the push is great. And now the interior of the Veer. Again, I do not pull my Veer. You can pull it, which a lot of people do, especially at the beach. I have actually not taken it to the beach yet. You can pull it or push it. It does both. This way, everybody says it's like kind of pushing a pallet jack. I don't know because I've never pushed a pallet jack, but the handle is adjustable. Again, I push it. Here's the interior with a seat that I purchased. I purchased this. It is a 5-point harness. It is the toddler seat. It does, and it's memory foam like. It's super cushiony. I only bought it because my 5-year-old was getting uncomfortable sitting on the hard seat. The hard seat does come with, when you purchase the Veer, it comes with a 3-point harness. The harness comes up through here and it slides through here. We took them out because, again, my 5-year-old doesn't really need the harness. So here is the inside. And again, you have to remove this to fold this. It does have interior pockets as well. There is 6 pockets, but however, when you have one of the seats on, you cannot access 2 of the pockets. So when there's another seat placed over here, you can't access those 2 pockets. You can only access these, in which case then the tray is also over top of it. So there is a footwell in this Veer. Unlike the Pronto or the Keenz, there is a footwell for him to stick his feet, or the kiddos, so they're not fighting over feet space. We have not had this problem because we only have 1 kiddo riding. I love how rugged the Veer is and how he can hop in and out of this. It's lower to the ground than the Keenz or the Pronto. The canopies, again, were bought separately. You have to purchase it separately. The tray, again, is included, but it also has to be removed upon folding. So there's the inside of that. I love my Keenz. Again, we've had it for about 2 years. The canopy covers the whole thing. It does have a vent, which pretty much you can pull this off all the way, and it is a fully vented hood. You do have to remove this to fold it. It will not fold with it on. I'm going to go ahead and remove part of it so we can see the inside. Okay. So once you remove the canopy, you can put the poles back in they store right inside the wagon. They store right in there. Again, it comes with a 5-point harness. I really enjoy this 5-point harness. My son did use this 5-point harness, and due to the fact that he was really small when we bought the wagon, and again, we've had this for 2 years, so it has been used. I actually use it mainly in stores and stuff. We have used the canopy. The inside is canvas, and it is super soft. It's it doesn't get too hot during the summer that we've noticed, and it is dark colored. There are different colors to purchase for the Keenz, and you fold it up just by grabbing this. We will do that in just a few minutes, and so you guys can see how all of them fold and how much space they take up. It is the Canopy, again, does cover the whole wagon. The Veer has canopies. Those must be purchased separately. And this comes with the canopy. And it also has a pull down shade on every side. So you pretty much just have to put this here. Okay, now let me talk about the wheels. Okay, so I want to talk about the wheels for a second. These are the wheels on the Pronto stroller. These are the wheels on the Veer, and these are the wheels on the Keenz. The front wheels are pretty much all around the same size. The Veers are a little bit thicker and wider. The Keenz are about the same size as the Pronto. The Keenz ones, they do lock, so you can lock them to be straight. The Veer wheels do not lock. The Pronto wheels do lock. So that for me is really good, because sometimes when we're walking for a long period of time, it is better to have the wheels locked. It makes it easier to go when you're on a straightaway. The rear wheels are a little bit smaller. On the Pronto, the rear wheels are probably the smallest of the three. They are not that much smaller than the Veer. They're probably about an inch or two. They're probably about an inch or two smaller than the Veer. And then the Keenz wheels are about the same size as the Veer. They all, again, polyurethane. They're not gonna go flat on you or anything like that. And that is the one good thing about all of these. And all the wheels do pop right off. They're super easy to pop off for storage in your vehicle on all three. I do not remove the Veer wheels. I've never removed the Veer wheels, honestly. I just fold it up and stick it in my vehicle. I have not removed the Pronto wheels. I, however, have had to remove the Keenz wheels a few times due to some lack of storage in the rear of my van. So I'm going to talk about the canopy for just a second. Again, the canopy on the Pronto comes all the way over the second seat. It does have a little bit of a gap in between the rear of the canopy and this, but there is an attachment to come over this. My all blackout cover will come over this, and it comes over the seat. I want to talk about the handles as well. This does extend, and I'm 5'7", so you can see how tall this goes up. My 6'1" husband is okay with pushing it here. He does have to extend his arms a little bit due to his stride being a little bit wider, because he did accidentally kick the basket yesterday while we were walking. So again, the handle does go up and down, but it also comes with the leather handle grips, which have been amazing. And I feel like these are going to help save the handle, as opposed to all the other like foam and stuff like that they have on other strollers. So again, the canopy is amazing. I do plan on, there is an all-weather cover that will also cover the whole stroller, and it will keep all the elements and everything away. The rain cover also will do the same. It's pretty much for just rain. Okay, so you pull it up, go back, and it folds flat against the handlebar. I have noticed that it is higher than the handlebar. That is the only thing that it doesn't bother me though. So I feel like it's fine. It doesn't hinder you pushing it or anything like that. But that is the handle and the canopy on the Pronto. And let's talk about the canopies on the Veer and the handle. First, I'm going to talk about the handle. The handle is rubber. It is super durable rubber. It does extend up and down. It does come with 2 cup holders. The Pronto comes with 1 cup holder, and the Keenz also comes with 1 cup holder that attaches to the frames. Again, I do not pull my Keenz or my Veer. I push the Veer due to the fact that it is easier for me, as my son normally sits in the rear seat over the big wheels. To pull it like a wagon, you release this, and it can be pulled like a wagon. It clicks into place for stroller mode, pretty much. It does telescope up and down. Now I'm going to talk about the canopies. The canopies, again, you have to purchase these separately. With the Pronto and the Keenz, they both come with it. The Veer, you have got to purchase these separately. They do have a vent as well, and it is magnet. Also, it does not, 2 canopies do not fully enclose the Veer. There is a sunshade that can go on the inside of the canopy, and it will make it a little bit wider. There are all-weather covers and rain covers also for the Veer. I have not purchased either one of those yet because we really don't go outside when it's super bad. Again, I feel like it is shorter. As you can see, it comes up, the canopies come up just past my thighs. Again, I'm 5'7", so it is shorter. The wagon itself is shorter, so I will show you guys in a little bit my son actually in each of them, so you can see how much shorter it is. The Keenz. I push my Keenz. I do not pull it, once again. A lot of people pull theirs. I prefer not to. The handlebar is leather. It is like a leather handle all the way across. It is super durable. Again, I've had this one for 2 years. It's not scratched really. It does go up or down. There's different adjustments on this one. That is one good thing about this. Like, you pretty much can put it anywhere and pull it. It makes it easier for short and tall people to be able to use it. The canopy, again, the canopy is big. It does do its job. It also has a pull down. Again, I have the blackout curtain for the Pronto as well. This doesn't really black out as the ends are still open at this point. You can still see in and out, and also if you want to pull the canopy, it has the vent. We really don't use our canopy on our Keenz. We've probably used it maybe 3 times in the last year. So, I have used the Pronto canopy already, and I constantly use the Veer canopies. This just seems to be one of the canopies I don't use due to the fact that it is big and I can't see inside the wagon while I'm pushing him. So that's pretty much the canopy and the handle on each of the strollers wagons. Okay, so this is my 5-year-old. He will be 6 in 1 month. He is 52 inches tall and he is about 70 pounds. We do not use the harnesses because he grew so much. So I want to show you guys how he looks in each of them. I do like to remove that before I put him in there. Okay, sit down. Okay, and then he sits in here just like this. Now, I'm going to show you guys his feet. I'm going to show you guys his feet up against the end. Can you sit up? Sit up straight. Can you sit up straight?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
This.
Okay. So again, he is about 52 inches. I can see another child maybe fitting in here with him as long as they put their feet to the side. This is one thing about this one is the tray does not lock down, and that is what he does every time he gets in it. So that is him inside the Pronto. Can you get in? Okay. Sit right here. I normally do not put him on the small wheels. I normally put him on the rear. Sit down, please. I normally put him on the big wheels because it makes it easier. Sit back so we can show how the tray works. Sit up. He actually sticks his feet over on the other side because he's so tall. Once again, it does make it harder for another rider to ride with him.
Cup holders.
The canopy is almost too small for him. He is, again, 52 inches. The canopy actually is not too small when, sit over there. Can you sit over there? I can turn it. Okay. When he's not sitting on the toddler seat, it's not as bad, but his head still pretty much touches. He slouches down when he rides, just because, but he likes the canopies both to be up normally, so he kind of just sits inside of them. And that pretty much is that one. Do you want to try the Keenz now? The purple? This way? This one is a little bit more difficult to get into due to the fact that he is so tall, and when the canopy is on, when the canopy and the tray are on, I have trouble putting him in. He is not light. Put your feet in. Ready? Set. Put your feet in. Okay, sit down. Okay, sit down. Okay, he still has plenty of room in the Keenz. He still touches the other side with his feet. Put your feet out. No, over there. Touch your feet over there. There you go. His feet, it's probably about the same amount of space on the inside when he leans his feet, or when he sticks his feet all the way out. It's about the same as the Pronto. The Keenz is a little bit smaller on the inside, I feel, than the, the Veer is smaller on the inside, I feel, than the Keenz.
I just want to show you the awesome.
Okay, so I want to talk about the brake for each of these. This is the Pronto stroller once again, and you push it down to lock, and it locks the rear big wheels. That is the wheels that it locks. And to unlock, I mean, you can see it's a pretty good lock. To unlock, you just push it up with your foot, and that's it. And then it will roll perfect again. Now, the Veer wagon is an all-terrain wagon. It is meant more for rugged stuff. So when you push this one, it locks the big wheels as well, which are in the back of the wagon. Again, it locks it pretty well. I have noticed because the front wheels, the little wheels do not lock, sometimes there is a little bit more maneuvering that you can do while it's locked. My son has actually moved it around a little bit. But to unlock them, you just kick it and it goes. I do love this lock. This is one of my favorite stroller locks probably due to that fact. It's super easy, super simple. Now, the Keenz, it is under the wagon a little bit, and you have to really push it to get it to lock. And again, it does lock the big wheels. The front wheels are still able to be moved, but it doesn't move too much. Again, I feel like this one is probably the hardest one to use, only because it is more under the wagon than the others. So, and you really have to push it to get it to lock. So that is the brakes on those. Again, Keenz, Veer, and Pronto. Okay, this is the stroller organizer that I've had for probably about 2 years now. And it's been on my Keenz for those 2 years. It Velcros underneath. We got it off of Amazon. It fits on here, and my cup normally fits in here perfectly. It Velcros underneath. I normally have my bar probably about right there, so it does lay flat. I really like the fact that I can stick pretty much any stroller organizer on here. And again, this one it's been through. You cannot put one on the Veer. There is a bag that is available to stick on here, but it is not a cup holder. These cup holders actually can go in 4 other spots on the Veer itself. So you can buy extra cup holders so you have more cup holder space. Now, the Pronto, it will not go on the Pronto. It is too short. I've tried to, it will not stay. With my cup in it, it falls off due to the fact that this handle is wider than the Keenz. The Pronto stroller handle, I like this one a lot better because of how it is. I plan on getting a stroller organizer from Pronto, and I will review that when I receive it. Again, I really like having a cup holder that is able to be stuck on any of the strollers or stroller wagons due to the fact the only problem with the cup holders on the Veer is when you lower the handle, if you have a tall cup, your cup's not going to sit. So we normally have to keep the handle up due to the fact that we have tall cups. Okay, the cup holders, there's 2 of these on the back and there's 2 on the front. You can, I've actually used these on the back. I prefer to use them on the back over the front. I've actually noticed too, especially when I use them on the back, but when you have them right here, I had a coffee in here and we went to a museum that is an outdoor museum, and my coffee ended up spilling all over the inside of my Veer. So that is the only thing, because they do pivot. And the Keenz has one cup holder that you can put right here. Pretty much I normally only use this one for the kids' cups because I feel like it's not sturdy enough to hold my cup. So I'm going to show you guys how to fold each of them up, but I did want to talk about the weight limit of the Pronto stroller. The weight limit on the inside of the stroller is 175 pounds. I could sit in it. My 16-year-old daughter, who is 165, has actually sat in it. It pushes still, great, amazing. And I do love the fact that it can hold up to so much weight. That is one amazing thing. And it pushes like a stroller. So I'm going to show you guys real quick on how to fold this up. And we are going to go through each step and I will show you. So the handle actually doesn't matter where it is. You do need to pull this up, pull it back, and then pull it back. So there are two handles on the side that you have to pull up. Now, first, as you're pulling it up, do this. It is pretty much a one-shot fold. You just take the seat, go like this, and it goes down, and you heard it latch. You take the strap from the basket and stick it on here, and it is folded and does not, it can stand. It is not that heavy. It is about 34 pounds. They say it's 34 pounds. I feel it's easier to lift this one, the stroller, over any other stroller I've probably ever owned, due to the fact it has a bar to grab and lift. I stick it in my van with the back against the back of the seats, and that way I have all this storage space in front of it, which has been amazing. That's how it looks all folded up. Okay, now that was the fact. I really love the fact that everything is contained and I do not have to worry about anything. You just have to unlatch that to open it. You pull the basket back and just go like that, and everything is on and you are ready to roll. So that is the Pronto stroller. Again, weight limit is 175 pounds of push weight. I feel like we have a lot of room to grow head-wise and in the stroller itself. And it does push amazing. It pushes more like a luxury stroller. It is not, it's pretty much one-hand push, even with my 70-pound son in it. So this is the Veer stroller wagon. There's my 5-year-old in the background making noise. So I'm going to show you guys the weight limit on this one is 110. So it does have a lower weight limit. Each of the seats are supposed to only be able to hold 55 pounds. So I have definitely maxed that out. My son has maxed that out. He is 70 pounds and he sits in it just fine, and it still rolls just as great with the 70 pounds in it. Now, I did want to show you guys though, because when you break this down, it is big and you have to remove everything. So make sure you have a place when you break it down that you have a place to store all the accessories. There's the tray, Canopy, one. They are easy to remove. I'm not even gonna lie. These are probably the easiest Canopy I have to remove. Now the seat, I have found leaving one of the seats on is normally okay. But I'm just gonna go ahead and remove it so you guys can see. This is what the seat looks like when you stick them in there. Again, I do have 2 of those. And it does make the footwell smaller when you have both seats in there. Okay, so here we go. It is super easy to fold. I have found this is one of the easier folds as well. Just seat, basket. Normally. There you go. Okay, so you do have to, and it does stand as well. Again, there is a footwell on this one. This one is about, they say it's like 32 pounds, but honestly, the frame, I feel like it makes it heavier. But when you lift this one, you have to lift it from here. You can lift it from here, but it makes it more awkward. But when I lift it and put it in my vehicle, I lift it here. And it is heavy. It is probably one of the heavier strollers I've owned. Wagons. I do call it a stroller because, again, I push it. I do not pull it. Now, to open it back up, it is super easy. And unfold it. You just pull those up, the same one you use to turn it into a wagon if you would like. And then you flip the basket out, open the sides, push out the seats. Now, this is this is the base. This is what you get when you purchase the Veer. You do get the tray, but this right here is the base, except for the basket. The basket must be purchased separately as well. Again, each of the seats have to be installed and buckled around the back. They buckle around the seat pad, and then the canopies also, you have to lock them down and then you tie them. There's little latches in the back. It is definitely a little bit more difficult than the Pronto, especially with all these accessories. You have got to put on and off. Again, I really love the Veer. It is super rugged. Again, we use it mainly for our outdoor events, like camping and stuff like that, and hiking. It goes through trails. I will not be taking the Pronto on a trail, as I don't think it is meant for that. It is more of a luxury vehicle. This is more of a all-terrain vehicle. So let's talk about the Keenz now. Okay, this is my Keenz stroller wagon. This one I also feel is more wagon-like, like the Veer. It is not as all-terrain as the Veer. The weight limit on the inside of the Keenz is 110 pounds as well. They recommend you not really going over that too much, only because the frame is a little bit, I feel like it can't handle much more than 110 pounds. My daughter has not sat in this one. And again, she's like 140, 160. And she has not sat in this one. But I'm going to show you guys how to fold this one up. It is a little bit different. I have a bag. Okay. This is the bag for the canopy. It does come with it. I'm going to remove the canopy first and show you guys. It is easy to remove. It's not super hard. You just have to, once you get used to it, it's easy. Again, I don't really use the canopy that much unless we're doing outdoor stuff. And my son mainly uses his strollers and wagons for stores and such. I'm currently having trouble getting it into the bag. It folds right up and goes inside this bag. And then you can hook it to the handle. I'm gonna go ahead and just toss it down there. This is the tray. The tray does have a slit in it. It's to fold it. The only thing about that is that if something spills, it does get down in the crack. We've had to wash that a couple times. And again, this was purchased separately. It did not come with the Keenz. Holes for the canopy go down like this. And when you fold it, I fold this up first. This is the basket, and it has just a strap that comes across the front. I keep it folded because if I do not, it tends to fall. So folding this up is not that hard. Pretty much taking off the canopy and the tray is the hardest thing. Other than that, you just grab and fold. I hold it with both my feet and then I snap it. There is a cover that goes over top of it. This also comes with it. And it just goes like this and around. I found, when I first got my Keenz, I kept it on there while it was in my vehicle. In the later months, I just would leave it like that in the vehicle, only because the process of pulling it on and off is a little bit much. So here's how we unfold it. Just like that, and you just pop this out, like this, and then these you have to pull each up. This is I feel like this is the most thing that you have to do with this one, only because of how the canopy goes on is a little bit, again, if you have two people, it makes it much easier to put the canopy on. You can do it by yourself, it's not that hard, but it does become a little bit cumbersome when you're trying to get the canopy on and make sure your 5-year-old is not running out into traffic. So that, and then this, again, there's like a peg here, and you have to get up. I have pinched my finger numerous times on this tray. It is amazing, but it is big. So, and you just pop it on there like that. And again, this, the Keenz has a 110-pound weight limit. Okay, so that was my review on the Pronto stroller, the Veer wagon, and the Keenz wagon. Now I'm going to talk real quick about the Pronto. It, again, is a stroller. It is allowed at Disney, Disneyland, and Disney World, due to the fact that you cannot pull it. Now, the Veer is not allowed, and neither is the Keenz, unless you have a disability pass. Sometimes they'll give it to you, sometimes they will not. Again, the weight limit for the Pronto is 175, the Veer is 110, and the Keenz is also 110. The price on the Pronto is $750, the price on the Veer is $599, and the price on the Keenz is $429. Now, everything comes with the Keenz except for the tray that you saw. Everything that you pretty much see on the Veer except for the wagon and the tray needs to be purchased separately. Everything that you see on this Pronto came with the Pronto. I did purchase a multi-purpose bag for the front of my Pronto. It is just a bag for diapers and stuff, or tablets. That's actually what we'll probably use it for. We'll stick these tablets in there. And the Veer does have a bag as well, but honestly, the basket for me for the Veer is great. Again, this is a luxury stroller. This is a all-terrain wagon. This is a wagon. This wagon can be used at the beach. It is also pretty much great in all-terrain. Again, this is my opinion. If I missed anything that you have questions about on any of these products, the Pronto, Veer, or Keenz, please feel free to comment down below, and please like and subscribe. And there should be more videos coming. I might do a personal and individual review of each of these if you guys would like that. That way you can see up close more of all the features that they all do, and more of the frame and the fabric and stuff like that. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and have a great night, and see you later. Bye.